Hey guys, Steve Welch here with my Tales of a Car Guy. Having a lot of fun with this series here, so hope you guys are liking this too. It's my dual series on both my Toyota channel and also on my Fact of the Day with Stephen Welch channel. Make sure you're subscribed to both of them, and I sure do appreciate that. But let's tell you about what a launch is. All right, so anytime that there's like a new product, so when the new Prius comes out, when the new Tundra came out, when the Camry was changed, all that stuff, you go to a launch, and there's two different ways they do it. Either they'll have, and this is what they've done lately, they'll have several versions of that vehicle, like the Sequoia. We went to the Sequoia launch, right? And there was every trim level except for the Pro of the Sequoia was at that launch. Well, back not too long ago, they would have, you know, if you had, like, say the Camry, you'd have the Accord, and then you'd have the you know, any other things that would be, you know, competing with it. Like, you know, you'd have something that would be a competition. Or when the RAV4, the 2019 RAV4 came out, you had like the Chevy Trax and the Honda CR-V, and you get the idea, right? Well, and this started with one of my managers that's not with us anymore at the store, of course, but Brett, and I give him a lot of credit for us because this was hilarious. But we're driving, and you notice usually these cars have some features in them, right? Well, and I want to say this was the Camry launch, and it was, I remember it being hot. It was like 100 degrees outside. And we're in the middle of summer, and it's just roasting, right? Well, of course, he had the great idea, because these launches, you get different stores, so it's not just us, it's our competitors are there. Obviously, we're all under the Toyota brand, but we still compete with each other, right? And our competitors were there, and you kind of tend to stay with your own store a little bit if you can, but regardless, we're gonna have some fun, right? So what we would do is, before we got out of the car, because there's something called a ride and drive, and you drive the car so that you can see, you know, how much better the Toyota is than the competition, and it's always so much better than the competition without fail, right? So what we do is, you drive that one, and then you go to the next car, and you go to the next car, and you go to the next, and then you'd be able to drive the vast majority of what another customer might have seen. Well, just before we get out of these cars, and it might have been the Toyota, it might have been a Honda, whatever, we would crank the heat to high, turn on the heated seats, put on the child locks on the rear doors, so first get out, and we would just have some fun. Why? I mean, we weren't hurting anything, but, you know, so each time that you change cars, there were radios in each car. That way, if you had a question, a concern, something like that, you could communicate with the other people. Well, by the time we got to, there's probably 5 changes that we would do on driving. By the time we got to probably the 3rd one, somebody comes on the radio and says a little expletive and says, "Will that keeps turning on the heated seats knock it off?" And we all like completely lost it in our car. And of course, as soon as we got out of that one, we cranked the heat, turned the heated seats on in that one too. So but I'm making myself laugh here just because it literally is one of those things where you get out of the car and you can't breathe because you are just laughing so hard. But it was a great time, and just in honor of Brett on a lot of these, anytime I get out of one of those, tend to throw the heated seat on. But Tales of a Car Guy, right? Steve Welch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. I know I did, just because it still makes me laugh. But Tales of a Car Guy, make sure you subscribe to both channels. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.